Hi, my name is Leah Bedell. I'm a clinical coordinator with BioMarin, and today I'd like to show you how to make one of my favorite holiday treats that just so happens to be very low in protein as well, and that's holiday bark. Today I'm going to demonstrate from beginning to end how to make a festive peppermint bark, but I'll also talk about some other ways that you can shake it up a little bit with different ingredients. Please remember, even though I'm going to give you approximate protein counts of the items that I use today, you're going to want to make sure to use your own resources to check your Phe or protein in the ingredients that you use, and make sure to speak with your doctor or dietitian before making any dietary changes. All right, so let's jump right in. I'm actually going to use both a traditional chocolate and a white chocolate in this holiday bark. And when you look for this at the store, you may see it described as candy coating or even as almond bark, even though it doesn't contain any almonds. I got store brand from two of the different stores that I like to shop at, and they're pretty cheap. They both flavors have 0 grams of protein per tablespoon according to the nutrition information. But as you know, that doesn't mean that they're protein free, so that they're completely protein free. So make sure to look that up on your own. So I am going to break the chocolate up into pieces, and I'm going to microwave it on high for about 60 seconds. So after a full minute on high, this chocolate is still pretty solid. So I'm gonna stir up what I can, the soft parts with the more firm parts. And you can see it's starting to melt, but I would say it needs at least another 15 to 30 seconds. So I'm gonna get that going right now. All right, so after another 30 seconds, our chocolate is nice and smooth and completely melted. And so now I just have to pour it on our baking sheet. Now I have lined our baking sheet with parchment paper. You can line it with wax paper if you would like. Either is totally okay. Now that we've got all of our chocolate on here, I'm going to spread it out until it's not so thin that I'm seeing the paper through it, but so that it's about as thick as, let's say, a graham cracker. All right, so I've spread it about as thin as a graham cracker, and I was thinking about going ahead and tossing it in the freezer to chill, but actually I'm gonna go ahead and add some peppermint right now. So these are actually miniature candy canes that I crushed up using a kitchen mallet. You can use a hammer or a rolling pin. Just get it in nice little pieces. It's also a fantastic holiday stress reliever. So I get a nice coating of peppermint on this. I will go ahead and toss it in the freezer and let it chill for about 5 to 10 minutes so it's not liquid anymore and won't budge when I add the next layer. After only about 5 minutes, it looks like my chocolate bark has set really nicely. You can see right here, it's coming off in one nice big sheet. And if you wanted, you could actually stop here. Go ahead and break the bark up into little pieces and share it with family and friends. However, I like to be a little extra, especially around the holidays. So I'm gonna pour some of the white chocolate flavored almond bark over it now. Now, I prepared this in the exact same way that I prepared the chocolate almond bark. Broke it up into little pieces. Microwaved it for about a minute on high. Took it out and stirred it up, and then put it in for another 30 seconds on high. After stirring really well, it was finally all melted and ready to go. Now that I have this on here, I can spread it out to completely cover the regular chocolate. This looks so good. Some people add about a half teaspoon of peppermint extract to their white chocolate. This was, as I did with the regular chocolate, this was about 1 pound of the white chocolate almond bark. And I opted not to add the peppermint extract because I think the 2 layers of peppermint make it just fine from a peppermint standpoint. So I'm gonna take off some of these bigger chunks and sprinkle some of the finer chunks here on top one more time. All right, it's looking good. And then, because I want to be extra festive today, I'm also going to add some little holiday nonpareils. These are 2 colors of green and white and red. Woo, there they go. Like to get a little bit of green in there. All right, look how good it looks. So I'm gonna toss this back in the freezer. And while that's chilling, I want to share with you some alternative ways that you can make bark if you're not a peppermint fan or if you want to shake it up a little bit. So I made these earlier today and I'm so excited to show them to you. This was actually inspired by a mom and her children here in Ohio where I live who made this a couple of years ago at a holiday gathering. This is unicorn bark. So all I did was take about 24 ounces of the white almond bark, melt it up like we did with the peppermint bark, and then I stirred in the colorful fruity mini marshmallows, and then I topped it with little colorful nonpareils and colored sugar, and then you have unicorn bark. It's really fruity and good. I think it tastes like Fruity Pebbles, and kids absolutely love this. For some other alternatives for low protein bark, the white chocolate almond bark tastes wonderful with pretzels and dried cranberries. These gluten-free pretzels and the dried cranberries are both very low in Phe, and they give it a nice chewiness and crunchiness. It's a great texture combination. If you have a little bit of a higher protein allowance, some nuts can be very nice with this as well. And another way I like to make a holiday bark is make a s'mores version. So what I've done with this in the past is you make 1 layer of the chocolate, and then you set graham crackers or crumbled graham cracker pieces on top of it. Gluten-free graham crackers are going to, in general, be lower in Phe than your regular graham crackers. Then I chill. And then for the second layer, I do just like I did for the unicorn bark. Mix up about another 12 ounces of the chocolate, stir these marshmallows in, and pour it on top. So you'll notice I'm not really giving exact measurements for things when you're making this. That's the great thing about bark is you can really use your imagination and make it just the way you want it. So let's go check and see how that bark is chilling. So after about 10 minutes of chilling, the peppermint bark is looking fantastic. It's lifting off really nicely in one big sheet. And you can go about turning this into bark pieces however you would like. You can take a knife and cut it, which really worked best for me for the unicorn bark. But for this, I'm gonna see if I have the muscles here to actually just go ahead and break it up into pieces. Gives it a nice irregular look, and look how gorgeous that is. Got the holiday colors, you've got the chocolate on the bottom, a nice crunchy layer of peppermint in between. So I'm just gonna break these up into little pieces. I would put these out on a plate at a holiday gathering, or put this in a tin and deliver it to friends or neighbors. however you serve it, it is bound to be a hit. I actually want to go ahead and try it. It's really good. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you a very happy, healthy holiday season. And I look forward to doing more videos for you guys again soon.